Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to talk about something today it's absolutely crucial for anyone who's ever had that spark, that dream of starting their own thing. We are talking about the business feasibility study. Think of it as your idea's first and, honestly, its most important reality check. So let's just start with a question for you. Seriously, just take a second. What is it? That amazing coffee shop you've always imagined? That game-changing tech startup? Maybe a small consulting firm? Go on, get that picture clear in your head. Okay, you got it? Good. Hold on to that thought because we're about to dig into the one single tool that can tell you if that dream has what it takes to actually work in the real world. All right, so you've got the idea. The passion's there. You can feel the energy. But just jumping in head first. That is one of the biggest, most common mistakes an entrepreneur can make. It's kind of like setting out on this grand ocean voyage with no map, no stars to guide you, and no compass. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the danger. You might have this really strong gut feeling about where you're headed. But gut feelings, they don't see the hidden reefs or the sudden storms coming over the horizon. And in business, that means you're just totally exposed to everything. Market changes, running out of cash, all sorts of problems you never saw coming. And the stakes here are incredibly high. We're not just talking about a business failing on paper. No, we're talking about your savings, maybe your investor's capital, months, or even years of your life. All that sweat and effort you poured in, it could all be wasted on an idea that really might have been a non-starter from day one. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this huge, high-stakes gamble. Instead of a risky voyage into the unknown, you can turn it into a strategic mission. And to do that, you need your best defense. Your strategic shield. So, what is this thing really? Well, a feasibility study is basically a deep dive investigation into your business idea. And look, it's not about being pessimistic, not at all. It's about being a realist. It forces you to ask the hard questions before you're in too deep. Questions like, is anyone actually going to buy this? Can this idea ever make a profit? And what are the biggest hurdles we're going to face before we even unlock the doors? And this is such a critical shift in how you think about it. It is so easy to see a study like this as just more paperwork, right? Another boring hurdle getting in the way of your dream. But that's completely missing the point. It's not a roadblock stopping you. It's the road map showing you the way. So, how does this study actually protect you? How does it shield your idea? Well, the source material breaks it down beautifully into 4 key functions. Think of them as 4 layers of protection that every new venture needs. When you put these 4 together, you get this really comprehensive defense system for your idea. It's all about dodging risks, making sure the idea has legs, being smart with your money, and, importantly, building it all on a solid, ethical foundation. Let's peel back each layer of this shield. This first layer of protection is basically your early warning system. It's designed to spot problems before they turn into expensive disasters. It's about proactively finding that fatal flaw in your product or seeing a competitor you totally overlooked. It gives you a chance to fix things before you've sunk a ton of cash and time into it. Okay, here's the hard truth. Not every cool idea makes for a good business. And this is where the study gets brutally honest. It measures your concept against the cold, hard reality of the market. Is there a real, paying group of customers for what you're selling? Do you have an edge that'll actually last? At the end of the day, this step cuts through the wishful thinking and hones in on what has a genuine shot at success.
So it's not just about saying yes or no to an idea. The study also gives you a financial blueprint. This gives you, and this is huge, any potential investors a super clear, numbers-driven look at the business. We're talking estimated costs, we're talking projected revenues, and the actual strategies to get from here to there. It turns your pitch from a hopeful dream into a solid data-backed investment plan.
But a truly great business isn't always just about the bottom line. For so many entrepreneurs, it's about building something with purpose, something that reflects their own values. And a great feasibility study can actually check for that too. It can go beyond the money to make sure the whole business model aligns with a core ethical framework. The source we're looking at today gives a fantastic example of this using Sharia principles. So, for a business built on this framework, the feasibility study does way more than just check the financials.
It makes sure the entire model is ethically sound. That means avoiding practices like charging interest, or having too much uncertainty, or anything that feels like gambling. The whole point is to build something that isn't just profitable, but is actually beneficial, that brings blessings and causes no harm. It's a really powerful way to see how you can bake your values into a business right from the very beginning.
So when you look at all 4 of these layers of protection, from dodging risks all the way to aligning with your principles, you start to see the real power here. It all boils down to one really powerful idea.
And this quote just wraps it all up perfectly. A feasibility study isn't just annoying paperwork. It's a shield. It's actively defending your time, your money, and your dream. And that is the difference between just hoping for success and actually planning for it. Remember that business you were picturing right at the start? It's a great idea, I'm sure of it. But great ideas are fragile. They need structure, they need proof, and they absolutely need a plan to survive out in the wild. Your idea deserves that. It deserves so much more than a guess.
So the question you should really be asking yourself isn't just, is my idea good? It's this, is it built to last? A feasibility study is the tool that helps you find that answer. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.